Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Ties That Bind, Monsterhearts, RoguesPort, Louisiana. Right there. There we go. And just a heads up to everybody watching tonight, it's been Memorial Day weekend, and I've been celebrating my day off quite a bit, and that will, I have no doubt, show throughout the evening. And everybody, as a matter of fact, will probably be just communicating and talking to each other and probably interrupting each other's stuff constantly. So I encourage that, by the way, and all of you. Please, if you have something to say, just jump in there, because you know what? That's the fun part. I don't know if I'm doing any good unless you guys are screaming at me. So anyway, let's try to remember what happened last week. Do we have any announcements? Do we have anything to say? First of all, until time immemorial, I'm going to thank our artist Chris Briones, who's been helping us and watching and has been drawing art for us for a while now and is doing a great job. So shout out to Chris. Shout out to all the artists out there everywhere who support TTB RPG streams. And yeah, I think that's about it. This is going well so far. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is going great. All right, here we go. We're going to start with a recap for each character. Everybody had sort of 4 individual story threads last week. So let's go one by one. Let's start with Allie Peacock, Noah. What happened with Noah last week? Or should we end with Noah? Nah, we'll start with Noah. We're good. Go for it.
Okay. So I guess to start off with, was it Maggie wanted to hang out with me a lot at school?
That's true.
Which was different, but Noah was okay with it. And then she got home, and her dad was a real piece of shit to her. Yeah, that was bad. It made me cry almost. And then I guess I don't know what the thought process was of. I don't even know. Like, was it to prove it to him? Was it to just freak him out? But she did kill herself at the end of that.
That's true. Yes.
I think it was a mixture of both those things. Like, oh, I'm gonna prove it to you, and then also like, it's gonna fucking freak you out. So, haunt you.
And it definitely did. So yeah, that's where Noah ended that story thread at the last week. What about V? What happened with V last week?
Killed somebody in a bar with an extension cord, and it freaked Raquel out, and now Raquel wants to leave the web. And I learned that somebody has left the web before. Yeah, that's about it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that will never come up again. I'm sure that's totally handled. All right, and next, how about we go to Tessa? What happened with Tessa last week?
Tessa had a super awesome family night. Her mom made dinner and told them that they were leaving. She's moving like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and leaving Tessa behind. So Tessa can stay in the apartment till the end of the month, and then is homeless, I guess. And her mom was like, "Oh, you'll be fine. We'll come visit. Bye." So Tessa is all alone. And last we saw her, she watched her whole family get in the car and leave. Her stepdad is kind of MIA, so that could be a problem. And she just got in her car and drove. Just like speedy on the roads, just to kind of get some of that rage out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, interesting. Okay, and what about B? What happened with B last week?
Bee was just chilling in her room, and then Hamish, one of her dads, came in and was like, I know that you started that fire. I have this like flash drive with the like security camera footage on it. Like, you need to go turn yourself in. And Bee didn't really say anything. Later that night, she went to go steal it from him, and as she was in his room, heard him fighting outside, and then there was a gunshot. So she like ran to go try to find the guy who shot, but it was raining and it was dark. And she lost him. Threw the security flash drive into the street so it would get destroyed, and then went home. And her other dad was like, "You did the right thing. Like, I'm proud of you. Good job." And that was it for her.
Okay. Well, let's pick up with her. So it's you've had another day at school since that happened, and B has been sort of kept up to date with Hamish's condition. He is stabilizing. He's been unconscious the whole time. He hasn't woken up quite yet, but they are finally allowing visitors, and your father William has come to B and asked, B, we're heading to the hospital to see Hamish. I think it'd be great if you came along. Would you care to come?
I don't know. I've got a lot of homework to do.
And he, go ahead.
Maybe later this week.
His face falls a little bit, and he's concerned. And describe William's relationship with B a little bit, if you don't mind, as one of your 6 fathers.
Yeah.
What is William's relationship?
William is. I'm desperately trying to pull up the relationship.
I understand.
Hold on, there's 6 of them.
Yes. If I have mine right, he is like the most.
Yeah,
fatherly.
William is like dad, like proper dad.
Gotcha.
He's the one who gave B his name. He is like the most dad of the dads, I would say.
Right. And so, as such, he sort of takes a breath and comes in and shuts the door behind him. And he has a very, I don't want to say concerned, but sympathetic look on his face. And he walks over. He's like, hey, I know it's not easy, but I think it would be good if you went to see him. I mean, they say it's possible he can hear us. I think it would be nice if maybe he heard from you. You can bring one of your friends if that would help. Or, they said there's no limit on how many people can wait. I mean, only 2 at a time can go in, but I mean, I really think it would be a good idea.
Yeah, I guess I can go. It was just really scary seeing him like that, and I don't want to have to do that again.
I can't imagine. And he sort of pulls B in for a hug, and he goes, I just think it would be nice if you made an appearance. You don't have to stay all night. He'll have some, there's going to be some tubes and some lines run, but I dare say he's not going to look anything like the last time he saw him. He's stable. They expect him to pull through. They're just keeping him asleep for a while. I'd really appreciate it. I think we all would.
Yeah, I guess I should go. I don't want to be there for a long time, though.
He nods. That's no problem. I'm sure any number of people can give you a ride, or we can get you a cab or an Uber or something. No problem.
Did y'all ever find out more about who did it?
No, this precinct has been trying to keep us up to date. So far, they haven't come across any witnesses or any video or anything, as far as we know. I mean, there's going to be things they don't tell us, especially Bill. I'm pretty sure Bill would run out there and murder whoever did it himself. But they're working on it. They're taking it pretty personally, just as we would if one of their guys got tore up, So,
Yeah.
but not yet, no.
Okay. I guess I was just hoping we would know something by now.
Yeah, I agree. If you think of anything, I know they asked you questions that night, but if you think of anything else you saw, maybe any details about the gun or what this person might have looked like, I mean, we're happy to take you down there. You don't have to tell us even if you don't want to.
I told him everything. I'm
Okay.
not really the person to ask for seeing things in the dark, so.
I understand. Still, all the stuff you've already given them counts for a lot. Yeah, just get ready, and we'll leave here in about 20 minutes. What do you say?
I think she just nods.
Okay. He lets himself out. Does B want to take anybody with her, or does B just want to go by herself, or with William?
I want B to take somebody with her because we've all been disconnected for a while. So I think she calls Tessa.
Okay.
This is the morning, right?
I was picturing it after school, but
After school, okay. And yeah, I would say Tessa wasn't at school today, but Tessa picks up the phone. Hello?
Hey, I'm going and visiting my dad in the hospital in like 20 minutes. Can you come with me?
Yeah, is he okay? What happened?
He got shot the other day. But they said he's stable now, so I think I'm gonna go see him. But I don't really want to go by myself.
Yeah, are you going now?
Yeah.
Do you want me to come pick you up, or do you want to just meet at the hospital?
Is William the only other dad going, or is everybody going?
Yeah, there may be one of the other dads there, but the only one that's going right now is William.
My dad is taking me. If you want to meet there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on my way.
Thank you.
Of
Love
course.
you. She hangs up.
Yeah, and Tessa will head straight to the hospital.
Okay. You guys get there, and it's pushing like maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock by the time you guys get there. And Tessa, you see them walk in. You beat them there, and the three of you together walk to Hamish's room up on the second floor. And when you get there, there's several people already in there. There seems to be a woman that you don't recognize, B, and three small children. Well, I say small children, between the ages of, say, 6 and 10. And there's some balloons, and there's one little girl and two little boys. And when you guys walk in, the lady looks up and goes, "Oh, kids, some of the family's here. We should probably make room. Come on, let's go." And you see the little girl's been crying, and the little boys look sad. They haven't necessarily been crying, but they sort of sniffle and nod and start to head out past you guys. And William smiles at the lady as if he recognizes her. And as you guys walk in, the little girl comes back. He goes, "Oh, I forgot to leave it." And she comes up to you, B, and she says, "Will you make sure he gets this?" And it's a little folded up. Looks like you can tell through the paper that it's a handwritten little kid's note. You can see the word Hamish written through the paper.
Yeah,
Goes,
that's probably.
"Thank you." And the lady goes, "Come on, Sarah, we gotta go. Come on." And okay, and she sort of takes a deep breath and runs off. And
Immediately opens the note and hands it to Tessa.
oh, you open the note and hand it to Tessa?
She can't really read super well. Like she does a lot of her schoolwork and stuff on her laptop because it'll read it to her. But if this is like a little child's handwriting, there's no fucking way that she's making it out.
Yeah, it's definitely in big block letters, but it's not. It's by no stretch of the imagination well done handwriting. Tessa, what you read is a note saying, "I hope you get well soon. Thank you for everything you've done for me and my brother, and we can't wait to go to some amusement parks, a little local amusement park that you guys have around RoguesPort. It's a little sort of rundown place, but it's a place, when you don't have much else to do as a kid, that's where people get, kids go." And it's signed Sarah. Yeah, and that's what the note says.
It's a get well note. Did you want me to read it to you?
No, not if there's nothing interesting on it.
Just get well soon, thank you, and I don't know. She says something about going to the amusement park. Does Hamish volunteer or something?
I don't know. I think she's.
Yeah, you've never heard of Hamish volunteering.
She sticks her hand out for the note.
I'll give it back to you.
And she just kind of puts it in her pocket.
Okay.
And she has not moved from the door, other than to step aside to let the women and the little ones go through.
I think Tessa is right next to you, and she has her hand on your back.
And not moving unless moved.
Gotcha. William has walked in, and he sort of peeks around, and you can't see, you can hear the machines beeping. You can see Hamish's feet, but they're under the covers, and otherwise you have no idea the condition. There's a curtain pulled a little bit, and William sort of looks back and goes, "Honey, you can come say hello."
I think she takes a beat, and then I think she'll go right to the edge of the curtain.
Tessa will stay a couple steps behind you.
And I think B stretches her hand out behind her.
I'll take it, and then I'll come stand next to you.
Okay.
Is he awake?
No, he is unconscious. They are effectively, William would have explained this. They're keeping him unconscious, basically artificially, for a few days at least, until they can make sure everything is the surgeries he had to go through. He had to go through a couple. That everything's healing the way it should, and things of that nature. So, anybody who's had to visit people in the hospital, especially people who are unconscious in the hospital, recognizes sort of what this looks like. He's just quiet. He's been intubated. He's got a IV, and you just see the monitors beeping, and how inside. I mean, B's hard to read, especially for the audience and for the people around her. B sort of has I get the impression B sort of has this attitude like people put their expectations on what she's feeling on her face, and she doesn't fight any of that. She lets that happen. But for our benefit, what does B feel inside? Does anything? Nothing? Something? I don't know.
I think that I don't know the word for it, but her like inner monologue is basically, I think she feels guilty about not like turning herself in basically and destroying the disc, or the flash drive or whatever. I think she feels really guilty about it, and that's why she didn't want to come. But I think there's that guilt and also the sadness because this is her dad, and I mean, at the end of the day, was just like looking out for her and trying to do right by her. But I think her face is just stoic. I think she's just stoned.
Gotcha.
Tessa squeezes your hand.
You guys stand there for a while, and William sort of, he has this sort of, I don't know, it almost seems artificial to be, but it obviously means something to him. Where he sort of says, "Hey, Hamish," talks to Hamish like updates him about the day and what's going on around the firehouse, how the investigation's going, and is having a conversation as if Hamish could hear him. And he goes, "And B's here," and he looks over at B. He says, "Say hi."
Hey, Hamish. Tessa's here too. She kind of like freaks out at the end.
William sort of smiles. William is understanding. I mean, and he says, "Well, thank you. We're gonna stay for a little while. Hopefully you wake up. We'd like to hear what happened." Meanwhile, B, as he's having this conversation, you sort of just can't help but look away, and you look out, and Hamish's room sort of overlooks sort of an interior courtyard at the hospital, open to the air. And first thing that gets your attention is somebody lit a match and is taking a drag off a cigarette, lights a cigarette outside. You just happen to see somebody standing outside what looks to be some sort of employee exit into the courtyard. Lights up a cigarette. And Tessa, as you follow B's line of sight, you realize that's Carter outside, smoking a cigarette from school. And yeah, he's just taking a drag on a cigarette. And B, with your situation right now and seeing the fire, let's have you roll a keep your cool roll.
Keep my cool.
Yep.
Never a great one. That is oh no, it's a 6 still actually.
Oh,
never
okay.
mind.
So you get to mark experience for failing the roll, not in general, just the roll. And
damn, Josh.
You need a cigarette. You were jonesing. You need a cigarette. You got to get out of here. This is maybe that guy can help you with a cigarette. You don't know yet. I mean, unless Tessa tells you, you don't know who it is until you get out there. But you need to go. You got to make some sort of excuse. You got to get out of here.
Tessa smokes. You would know that. Cigarettes, not vapes, because she's a rebel and cool like that.
B also smokes cigarettes, not vapes, because she likes the fire.
That's
so.
There you go.
But I think that I think she maybe is just like, Dad, I can't do this, and I think she turns and runs out.
I look at him and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'll take care of her and I'll follow.
The only reaction, Tessa, you see the reaction, and he's like, "Okay, I get it." I mean, he's not like mad or anything. He understands. It appears to, at least. Yeah, so you run out. The two of you sort of, I don't want to say bust out, but quickly make your way down to the courtyard. There is apparently a smoking section because 50% of people working in any hospital tend to smoke cigarettes. Just that's the way it works, especially if you work in the ER department, at least as far as my headcanon goes. And basically, you walk out there and you end up coming right out the door next to Carter. That's just the way it works. And he goes, "Whoa, hey, what are you two doing here?"
Hey, can I bum one?
Yeah, sure. He taps one out, hands it over, pulls out a match, lights it for you.
Why is he lighting cigarettes with matches?
He's a rebel. I don't know.
Thank you. My dad is here, and I was coming to visit him.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, my
don't do hospitals well.
yeah, I don't do hospitals. Yeah, I'm here. I'm waiting for my sister to come out. She's visiting a guy upstairs. She's it's a pretty cool guy. He's been a pretty good mentor to her. Least we can do is come visit. So anyway,
Is he sick?
what's your? I'm sorry.
Is he sick or what?
No,
If you don't mind me asking.
he got shot. As far as I can tell, that's what the word is going around. At least she's pretty upset. But the caseworker brought her and a couple of the kids over, and they wrote letters and stuff. But I can't go in a hospital. Sorry, that's not my thing.
I think they may have been visiting my dad.
Oh shit! Really? Your dad? What's his name? Hamish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shit.
Weird.
Sorry about your dad. He's a good guy.
You heard any rumors about who's the one who shot him, by chance?
I mean, not yet. And he sort of looks at you, and he takes a drag off a cigarette, and he goes, "They haven't said anything to you about who might have shot him?"
No, they said they didn't. They didn't know. They didn't have enough information.
Well, I don't know who did it. I've got my suspicions of. I think it might be somebody he knew.
Who?
Sarah kept. Go ahead. What?
She just says who.
No. I don't know the name, but Sarah said he was getting phone calls during their visits that he would argue with somebody.
Look, Carter, is this just like rumors or whatever? Or do you like have proof or something? Because
I don't have any proof. I ain't got shit. I just got what my little sister don't lie. I mean, look, there's a lot of shit. I will step in traffic for her. Lord knows I've done it more than once with our stepdad, but she's a good kid and she can succeed. And half of that is because of the example Hamish has been setting for this girl. And if there's anything I can do to catch who did this, I guarantee you, I'll do anything I can. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah, have him check his phone. Maybe there's something on his phone. Because she doesn't like it when people argue. And so when she heard Hamish arguing, she seemed to take it pretty seriously.
All right. Thank you. And I think with that,
no problem.
she moves to the I guess other side of the smoking ring.
Sure. And he, well, for what it's worth, he's finished off his cigarette. He says, okay. "Look, I'm sorry about your dad. I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, if you need something, holler. Yell at me. I'll see what I can find out. Maybe there's something maybe something I can ask around.
Thanks.
Gotcha. And he makes his way out and leaves.
I guess we gotta get his phone.
Hey. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
And I think at this point, since this is the first time that you all have like been close and had a conversation, you notice that Tessa's eyes are like red and puffy, like she's been crying. Hey, look, I'm supposed to work tonight, but I can call in if you need me.
I'm not gonna ask you to not go to work.
It's really not a big deal. There's 2 of us scheduled tonight and we're never busy, so it'll be fine. Do you need me?
I think she just looks at you. She's not going to ask you to call off work and stay, but I think you can probably tell that she wants you to.
Of course. And I'll pull my phone out and I text my boss, like, hey, I'm not coming in tonight. And I'm assuming that calling off 30 minutes before my shift is probably going to get me in trouble. But I'm going to do it anyway. And that will trigger my move. Martyr Complex. Whenever you sacrifice something to put someone else's needs above your own, give them a string on you and you mark experience. So you can have a string on.
All right.
I have so many strings on you, bro.
You gotta start using it.
And then I will, I'll say, do you want to hang around here? Or do you want to go?
Would I know where Hamish's phone would be? Like, did they take
I don't know.
Did the cops take anything?
I mean, anything he had on him would be in his belongings. Chances are the cops would have taken it just for evidence purposes. But I mean, you could check his stuff at the hospital. It might be in there.
I'm gonna go back up to his room. And I'll ask William. Hey, do you know what they did with his phone?
They nod, or William nods, and actually pulls open a drawer and pulls out a cell phone. He goes, yeah, the cops say they can't get into this without his permission, and they're planning to wait until he wakes up. Why? Do you think you can get into it?
I don't know, but I think if we can, there might be some answers in there. Do you know who those little kids were that were in here?
He smiles. He goes, yeah, those are kids in the foster system. That was Annabelle, their caseworker. Hamish meets with those kids once a week. Meets with Sarah probably twice a week, honestly. I'm surprised you haven't seen. I guess you wouldn't have seen them around the firehouse. Now they usually come over while you're in school. But yeah, they're around a lot. He takes care of them.
I think the answer's on this phone.
William sort of glances around as if somebody else is in the room. There is literally no one other than you three and Hamish in the room. He goes, look, I suck with technology. You were born with it, apparently. So, here, take it. If you can find something out, let me know. I trust you. Go for it. And he hands you his phone.
Cool. I'm gonna make a phone call real fast. And she'll, I guess, put his phone in her pocket and take her phone out and call V.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, this is super random. I just feel like you might have the skill set to get me into a locked phone.
She's gonna absolutely laugh and say, "Yeah, of course I do."
Um, I think, um, I think I might be able to find out he shot my dad. Um, but it's on his phone and it's locked.
Yeah, I got you. Where are you at?
I'm at the hospital right now, visiting him, but I can't be here much longer, to be honest.
Yeah, that's okay. Do we want to go do something later? Would that help?
Um, yeah. Does B know that Tessa called off work, or did she go like do that on her own?
I mean, I said, do you want me to stay with you? And you said no, and then you see me pull out my phone and text someone.
Okay.
So you can probably assume.
um, I've got Tessa with me right now. If you maybe wanted to call Noah, see what they're up to.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Um, sure. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Okay.
All right. Thank you. She'll hang up.
V immediately calls Noah.
Okay. So we see her call dial Noah. We see her cell phone. Noah ring ring, and then we see Noah's phone. It's V. It's ringing. Or no, it doesn't say V. It's just ringing. We don't see it. And a little caption comes up on the screen that says 24 hours earlier. And Noah, you wake up and your phone is ringing next to your head. You tell me, because I don't want to make any assumptions here. Last thing you remember, you were making a very specific point to your father, and you felt yourself fall to the ground. Now you're waking up in the ground. Nobody's around, as far as you can see. What I need to know is there a lot of blood? Is there no blood? Is there a big mark from where Noah tried to hurt herself? Or is there no mark at all? How does that work?
Um, so I guess what I guess thought is that she wakes up fully healed. So I assume there is nothing, there's no mark or anything. Now, if there's dried blood on her or on the floor, then that's going to still be there.
Okay. So you wake up, as has happened to you any number of times. And you take a deep breath, and it is like you've been holding your breath for a minute, like underwater or something. But you go to sit up, and there is blood all over your shirt. Your shirt is just soaked in blood. That's only mostly dried. Um, there is blood on the carpet, not a ton. Your father is nowhere to be seen. And you sit up, and from what you gather and glancing at the clock on the wall, it's been almost 2 full hours since your conversation with your dad. As you're sort of getting your wits together, you hear a van, what you would know as your mom's minivan, pulling up into the driveway outside. Whoever was calling, the phone has stopped ringing.
Noah's gonna run up to their room.
Okay. You run up to your room just in time. And you hear the door open, and you hear the kids run in, and they're laughing and joking, talking about this movie they just saw, and laughing. And you say, okay. You hear your mom say, "Okay, everybody, get ready for bed. It's already late." And she's like, "Okay, all right, you first, you second, you third. Okay, 1, 2, 3." And she's obviously telling them in what order to take showers or whatever, get ready for bed. And she pulls. You hear her sort of, just having a conversation, then stop, pull up short. And there's the kids, you hear them run up the stairs, and there's a pause. And then right behind her, you hear your mother run up the stairs. And she throws open your door. Doesn't knock, anything. Your back is currently to the door, but we'll say you're standing up. She goes, Noah! Oh, God, thank God.
Oh,
And, yeah, go ahead.
oh God. Oh no. Is there? I'm assuming there would be like there's clothes. I think she's gonna find like a sweater or like a jacket of some sort and put it on really quick.
Okay, we'll say as she pulls the door, as she flings the door open, you are literally pulling the sweater down. This big, baggy, like red sweater you've pulled down over your head.
And so she'll turn around whenever her mom like walks in. Hey, what's up?
She goes, I thought you might be hurt. It looks like there's blood at the bottom of the stairs. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. It wasn't. I just accidentally hurt, my foot.
Okay. He goes, I mean, okay. I mean, do you need to go to the doctor, hospital, or anything?
Oh no, it's fine. It doesn't even hurt anymore.
Okay, well, I mean, if you feel good, you might want to help me clean this blood up before your dad gets home. God knows how he's going to react to that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. I just, didn't see it there, so I just. Okay. Yeah, I'll go help.
Okay. You guys go, and it takes a half hour of you guys figuring out what cleaner to use and blah blah blah. But you get it more or less cleaned up. It wasn't necessarily soaking into a rug or anything. It was like on the hardwood floors at the bottom of the stairs. And she looks up and goes at the clock as you guys finish up, and you guys moved into the kitchen at this point. Where's your dad at? I thought he would have been done a long time ago. I don't guess you saw him here, did you? You haven't talked to him today, have you?
No.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, have a good night, I guess. I'm pretty exhausted. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, she wants to double, triple check.
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm doing okay.
Okay.
I promise.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
If you see your dad, ask him how his day went. He's been under a lot of stress lately. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night. And she turns to leave. Before she even gets to the stairs, you hear your dad's car pull up in the driveway. And she goes, oh, well, I guess I'll say hi to him. Does Noah sit and wait, or does she flee, or what? How does Noah react to this?
She's gonna sit and wait.
Okay.
Just stay where she's at.
Gotcha. So, your dad, you hear him fumbling with his keys to get in the door, and it takes a second. And he opens the door, and he's like, oh, hey, what's going on? And he's obviously even more gone than he was when you talked to him last. And she goes, oh my God, Marcus, what have you been doing? Were you drinking at church? What is going on? No, I'm fine. It's nothing. It's just, is anything going on here? What's happening? What's going on here? No, everything's fine. And he's like, fine, fuck, it's not, I mean, I'm glad you think so, but Jesus, that's cold-blooded. And she goes, well, okay, we need to get you cleaned up. Come on into the kitchen. As he walks by the stairs going up where you were last laying when he saw you, and he sees you're not there, he's like looking behind him as you guys walk into the kitchen. He sees you standing over by the sink. And he goes, he starts just coughing and like getting woozy and falls on his ass. He absolutely just straight falls on his ass right there in the kitchen. He goes, what are you, what? And your mother's looking at him and looking at you, like just shaking his head, and he's pointing at you. His eyes are wide. It's fear written all over his face, but he can't seem to find any words at the moment. And you can taste this. He is scared out of his fucking mind right now.
What's going on, Dad? And Noah's going to like walk toward and like get like crouched down like right in front of him where he's at.
He starts to scramble away, but he finds himself pressed up against the door jamb. He can't find his way out of the room. He's like, stay back. And your mother's like, Marcus, what the hell is wrong with you? What are you doing? And his blood has poured out of his head. He is pale. You can tell he's this close to passing out. With the combination of the alcohol and his adrenaline pushing right now, he is about to pass out. But he's, how are you? What are you? I saw you.
Yes? I live here still.
All right, I want to do a move here. I don't know if we should do a shut someone down or a keep your cool for your case in order to, unless you were actively feeding on his fear, in which case you're not resisting the urge, I suppose, right? Isn't that how your move works? With your hunger?
I guess it says, like, it's just when you heedlessly pursue a hunger, add 1 to rolls. And when you ignore, keep your cool.
Oh, okay. Well, so you tell me, are you pursuing this hunger? Are you taking joy in this fear, or are you trying to keep your cool?
I think if he's super, like, at this point, I guess, he's, like, super drunk and he's super afraid. I don't know if Noah could resist.
Okay.
I think that, because I don't know when the last time Noah, like, fed on anything. So I think that she's not going to try and ignore.
Gotcha. So in that case, we'll give you the +1. Do the +1 to a shut someone down roll. So which is cold.
10.
Okay. You get to choose one of these. They lose a string on you. If they don't have any strings on you, you gain one on them, which would be the case for you. They gain a condition, or you get to take one forward dealing with them in the future.
I'm going to take a string on him.
Okay. So you now have a string on Marcus, your father. And he can't form words. You can tell that he was about to describe to your mother exactly what he saw, but he can't form the words. And when you get in his face, he starts to, and he catches himself, and he somehow manages to stumble out of the kitchen into the bathroom, which is right around the corner, the little guest bath, half bath, and starts just heaving, he's just puking his guts out. And your mom comes up and goes, "Honey, I'm sorry. I've not seen him like this in years. I just don't take it personally, okay? I'm sure it's nothing."
Right. I guess he wasn't at church.
No, I'll have to talk to him about that. That's not like him. I agree. And you can tell she's pretty concerned about it, but she's trying to hide it from you as if you're still a little kid. She goes, "Look, you don't have to stay down here for this. You're free to go on upstairs. This isn't going to be nice."
Do you need help?
Well, I used to have to sober him up a lot when we were younger, but we haven't done this in a while, and honestly, I have a feeling it's probably going to hit him a lot harder than it used to when we were in our 20s. But, and she sort of looks at you. She has no idea what to tell you. She doesn't know. You're free to stay. You're free to go. It's going to be a lot of him puking and me yelling at him. It's up to you if you want to watch that.
I'll pass.
He smiles.
If you need me, if you need help, like hauling him up the stairs, let me know.
It wouldn't be the first time he woke up in the bathroom, and I'm not hauling his ass anywhere. I'll just tell you that. Okay, well, have a good night. Maybe put on some music, and put on some music for the kids too. Maybe white noise or something. Yeah. Okay. And you see her smile, which she keeps with you, this little gentle smile. Immediately, her face changes to, I am going to murder this man, as she turns to walk into the bathroom. And the last thing you hear is basically her slapping the living shit out of him and just beating him, God knows, all about the head and shoulders, as he's puking his guts out, having no mercy. And she's not cussing. Your mother doesn't cuss, but she is reading him the riot act in the way you've never heard before. Usually she goes for the disappointed mom situation with you. This is the angry wife, how dare you lie to me and get drunk like this. Insane person. But you get upstairs. You take care of the kids who are sort of staring at you when you walk in, and you calm them down. And your youngest brother is dead asleep. He seems he was probably out before he even hit the bed. Twins are staring at you, but you get them sort of calm down and play the noise for them. And you go into your room, and you got your music going, and you take the sweater off, and you realize the sweater's heavy now because it soaked up a ton of blood off your shirt. And you're gonna have to figure out how to clean your clothes, but you'll figure that out. And does she go to sleep? Does she stay up? How does Noah use? How do they use this evening?
I think they're gonna stuff the clothes. They're gonna hide them somewhere until they can figure out what to do, or when no one's home and they can wash them. They'll probably take a shower.
Sure.
But other than that, they'll probably maybe lay down and try and go to sleep. But whether or not they do, they may or they may not.
Gotcha. Eventually, you hear your mother come back to bed. It's a couple of hours later. But you hear your mother come in, and she checks on you. She opens the door and looks in at you. Whether you're asleep or awake, if you decide to make eye contact with her, she doesn't talk to you. She just smiles and nods. If you're pretending to be asleep, she'll happily accept the fact that you're asleep. And and that's the door. That scene ends with her shutting the door behind her. And the scene cuts to your phone ringing, and you look at it, and it's V calling.
Okay, I'll answer. Hello?
Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing really at the moment. What's
Do
up?
you want to break into a phone with me?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, cool. Cool. It's a date. I will text B. I think we're all gonna hang out if that's cool with you.
Okay, yeah. Whose phone are we breaking into?
One of B's dads, I guess. I don't know who else we would be breaking into.
That sounds kind of boring, but okay, yeah.
Hey, speaking of dads, I've got something I gotta tell you about yours.
Oh, okay.
We can either do it over the phone or in person. It's your call, but I gotta warn you about something.
I'm guessing it's bad then.
Yeah, it depends on how you look at it, I guess.
there.
Okay. All right. Where are we going? Where are we all meeting?
I don't know. What did
You
we
were meeting.
decide that people do for fun in this town?
Oh, that's right.
I don't
Here, let me look it up.
remember. I don't remember.
It's like a
It's almost
roller
as if we
skating
prepped for this
place.
shit and should
Out of
know
this.
this in advance.
I'm trying
Alright,
to cut the logistical phone conversations out of this season.
There's
Yes, yes.
there's Greg
The who's
Lester's
driving what car
shitty
where
park.
situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Greg Lester shit park.
Yeah, shit park. That's right, Greg Lester Park. Come on, it's Memorial. He's a great
Okay.
man. You people just don't understand.
Josh is beating up right now.
Alright, so
I'll
you're at
tell
the park.
Noah that we're gonna go to the GLP, and I'll text it in the group.
Okay.
On my hang up. Yeah, we'll head to the GLP.
We're going to the GLP.
Go to the GLP.
Yeah.
V and Noah, you arrive a little bit early. You guys are there before the other two can get there. The hospital's on the other side of town. It takes a second. So you guys have probably 10 minutes before they get there, if you guys want to have a discussion.
You know what I do for work, right?
For work?
Yeah, I mean, I told you a long time ago, but I mean, I don't know, you're just a little different now and kind of act like you don't remember things, so.
I don't really know what you're talking about.
There's like I don't know, like a gap in our friendship, I guess. I don't know, you changed a lot, and I feel like, I don't know, you just don't remember anything about us, so.
We knew each other before I came here?
Yeah, for a long time, actually.
There's like a chunk missing. Just from being sick. Where it was, I guess. I don't remember.
That's okay. I just, it's nice getting to re-know you, I guess.
Yeah. You seem pretty cool. I'm kind of upset that I don't remember.
Me too. Well, I have to help get rid of your dad.
Get rid of him?
Yeah. And I'm not asking for your opinion because I have to do this. I'm just letting you know.
My dad doesn't love me.
I know that. Your dad's fucking shitty to you. He's always been shitty to you.
But he really hates me now.
Since you got sick?
I guess you could say that. I guess I don't really want people to know. So I don't really tell anybody. Because it's fucking weird. but I did die for a little bit there.
Okay. Like flatlined, like fully died and came back, or?
I mean, yeah, like no, like pulse or like brain activity or anything like that. They were. I woke up in a freezer.
That must have been scary.
Yeah, it was not a fun experience, but I think I'm just telling you this because I think my dad thinks I'm like the devil now.
So, you're okay with what has to happen?
I just worry about my mom.
Got you and your siblings and, I don't know, friends and people. I mean, she's gonna be okay.
She doesn't really have friends. I don't think my dad really let her. But and I know, that's shit and whatever, but I guess, she did love him at some point.
You can, I don't know, you can't help who you love, even if they are shitty.
Yeah.
Do you want to help me?
I don't know. I did something yesterday and scared the shit out of my dad, and that was pretty fun.
Okay. Well,
Anyway,
if you,
I would like to continue scaring the shit out of him for a little bit, at least.
well, you got a week, maybe.
I can work with that.
If you need any help, let me know. I would love to play with my food, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I guess I do too.
At about that time, you see another pair of headlights pull up, and quickly B and Tessa hop out of the car.
Hey.
Hey, I think the guy who shot my dad is on this phone.
Oh
And
shit! Your dad got shot?
Yeah. The other day. I wasn't fast enough to catch whoever did it, but I think that the last person that called him did it, but I don't know his password.
Oh, that doesn't matter. And she's gonna put her hand out to you to take the phone.
And she'll hand it to you.
Gray does not know how to break into phones, so let's just pretend like I do something.
You
and
break.
it works. Yeah.
All right. You get into it eventually, and after doing your magic, you realize that if I can pull it up here, oh well, whatever it is, it's B's birthday. Month and date is his passcode.
Cute.
And that, boop, and you're in. What's the
Oh,
first thing you look for?
Does she hand the phone back to me after she opens
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah. Mhm.
I go into the phone app to see
Okay.
who called him most recent.
The most recent number is just a phone number with no contact info. I mean, there's an option to obviously you could call this number back. There's also some unread texts that he has not responded to.
Heck,
And
what are the tech?
the texts, the first, there's a couple from what you would assume are the boys who were in the hospital room, talking about going to the mini golf course, going to the amusement park, and he's being very cute with these kids. You know, he's very supportive. You know him to be relatively strict with you. Maybe he's a little bit less strict with these kids for whatever reason. And the one text before that, unread, is, "You're going to regret this if you don't change your mind. We don't have time to fuck around." And it's from the same number that was a phone call, but it's not saved in his phone. Who that might be.
Do any of y'all have this phone number saved in your contacts? She'll read it off.
You all pull it up, and V has that number. That is Ambrose's phone number. The kid in your class, Ambrose. The one throwing the big party this weekend.
I'll show everybody that it's Ambrose.
There you
go. I am going to go onto like Snapchat. Is probably what I would have Ambrose on. And I'm just gonna like send him a chat that's just like, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?"
It takes a minute, and you guys sort of have to sort of make small talk for a bit, but eventually he gets back to you. He goes, "I'm gonna go get fucked up. What are you doing tonight?"
She goes, "Oh, I was hoping that you might come over tonight."
And he goes, "To the firehouse?" Question mark.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna be there tonight. It's just me.
He gets back. He goes, "Thanks, but I don't know which is worse: being there with your dads, or the thought that nobody's at the firehouse." You can. I've got a stash here at the house. You're welcome to come over to my place.
She says bet. And yeah, that's the end of that.
Okay.
Hey, so y'all want to come to a party tonight?
Tessa puts her hand on your knee. Are you sure you want to do this?
I'm absolutely positive that I want to do this.
Great. I'm there.
She looks at No and V.
I'm down.
Sure.
Cool.
Okay. He drops you a pin. As far as where, I mean, you know where his house is, but the pin he drops is to like the boathouse. Like they have a big like 10-acre lake in their backyard, and there's a boathouse that you have to actually take a separate driveway to get to. But he drops a pin there. Says, "Doors open. Come on in." And you guys, I assume, just go straight there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. The park is not far from his place. And when you pull up, he sort of opens the door. He's got a bowl. He's sitting there, literally taking a drag off a bowl right there as he opens the door. And he says, "Oh, it's a fucking party. All right, let's go. Come on in." And his eyes are bleary. You would, and knowing him, and possibly his relationship with Lala, there's a good chance that he's done more than pot tonight, but that's what he's got with him. And yeah, you walk in, place obviously smells like smoke, and he sort of gestures over to the coffee table, and there's brandy, bourbon. There's a wine bottle that's not been opened. There's some Coke already out, just like in a little bowl on the table. So help yourself. And then takes a big drag and brings you ladies out tonight.
I was just looking for something to do.
And me too. He sort of looks you up and down. So help yourself. Here, everybody, come on through.
B will go in and like sit down next to Ambrose, like their legs are touching each other.
Okay, he's sort of leaned in the sort of the against the armrest of this big couch, probably a 3-4 person couch. But if you sit down next to him, I mean, it's pretty obvious if you sit down next to him.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, hey, and he's feeling it already. He's got his hand like on your shoulder and like around your shoulders and stuff, and he's like, I'm glad you said something tonight. I've been needing a distraction. What are you guys up to?
She's gonna grab the bowl out of his hand and like take a hit. Guys, I've never smoked weed before.
And we love that about you. We love that about you. Sure, you take a drag. And
I guess she'll put it on the table.
Okay. The rest of you basically have Coke and all sorts of really nice alcohol out if anybody wants to partake.
Oh, I think Vita's Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You get a fingernail, and there you go. That's how you do Coke, right? You got a fingernail?
You can. No, I think she just bumps it. I think she rolls up a $1 bill type or whatever's on the table. If there's like, I don't know, business card or something.
Okay.
Yep.
And what about Noah? Does Noah partake of anything, or what do you think?
I think Noah just kind of looks at it, and then just kind of goes off what other people are doing.
Perfect. And so to round that out, to see what Noah sees other people doing, besides Pot and Coke and Tessa, what is Tessa doing?
Tessa is tense as fuck. And they just reach into they have like a backpack, like a small like purse backpack, and grabs her cigarettes, and she just lights a cigarette, but doesn't touch anything else, and is staring at B, like watching her.
Okay. Ambrose looks over at Noah and says, "Hey, grab something. Take it. Whatever you want. I got more shit in the back."
Oh, okay. I think Noah just like goes with something familiar and grabs like the whiskey bottle and just starts chugging it.
Okay. Okay. So everybody's sort of finding their spot, getting, trying to feel better. And Ambrose is getting, I don't want to say aggressive, but is there is no doubt about his intentions with B. He's not pushing himself. He's not pushing her. But, she sent him the message. She's the one who showed up at his place.
Oh, no, yeah, no. Maybe he's not pushing, but B is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he looks around, and he looks directly at Tessa with this sort of crooked smile on his face. He goes, hey, we'll be back here in just a second. You guys make yourself at home.
Oh, Tessa needs to roll to keep her cool. That's not good. Oh, not terrible. What's my cold -1? Yeah. It's gonna be a 9.
Okay. So how, if you lost your cool, what would be your reaction? Because I get to tell you how you could be vulnerable, or you get to choose whether or not.
Oh, I think if I had failed that role, she would have just started crying. But I think she manages to hold it in. I guess the action that I want to know about here for this is like she wants to give B this like pleading look, but also
If you
doesn't.
do that,
Yeah.
okay. If you do that, I get to tell you how that would affect you, or the results of that. If you do that, Ambrose will see that and tell you you're free to get the fuck out of his house.
I think she just looks away.
Okay.
Did we?
Do V or Noah have any reaction? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I want to try and take his phone.
Take Ambrose's phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. What would that be?
Because I feel like, I mean, if he's really preoccupied with B, do you think he would have just left it on the table? I mean, can I just pick it up?
Yeah, we'll say that. We don't need to be rolling all night long. That makes perfect sense. I mean, he's pretty fucked up anyway.
And I think as soon
So
as
yeah,
like
you
they
pick up his
leave
phone.
the room, Zoe like looks at the other two like, was this part of the plan?
I don't think so.
So before anything else happens, I have a question. So I didn't think about this earlier, but when B called Tessa to like come with me to the hospital, would that have counted as someone coming to you for comfort?
Seems reasonable to me.
Okay. So then in that case, that would have triggered therapist friend. So I would have learned an insecurity from B. Probably in that moment, like either, I guess depending on how much she let on, her guilt over it, or maybe just that like seeing her dad was scary to her.
Yeah, probably. I mean, probably just like the fact that she is capable of feeling fear.
Okay.
Pop out.
So in that case, yeah, that will cause something else to happen. Once you leave. So I don't. Are you doing anything else before you leave?
When they go to like get up and leave, she's gonna turn to him and be like, she just says like, "I'll be right there." And assuming that he keeps walking into the other room.
He does. He walks into the other room.
She's gonna quietly gesture for the other three to come here.
I follow, yeah.
So I'm fairly certain that he's the one who shot my dad. So I'm gonna try to get something out of him, but if y'all hear like something suspicious, please don't let him kill me.
Oh, trust me.
And then she'll turn and go into the room.
Oh. That changes things. But I still think that will trigger codependent. So whenever a person who's insecure, chooses another person over you, you gain the condition possessive. Because I think just the thought of you like doing whatever you're gonna do behind closed doors is enough to fuck with her. But my intention was to leave, but with that, Tessa just like takes a deep inhale and like tries to steel herself to stay.
Okay. Do Noah or V have any reaction as she turns to go back, or no? Okay. All right,
And I
V,
think
you Oh, go ahead.
V and Noah probably noticed Tessa looking pretty, like, visibly upset. But she doesn't say anything. She just goes and sits back down and lights another cigarette.
I think when I notice that you're upset, I'm gonna say she's not your girlfriend or anything, right?
And that hurts. No, we're just friends.
Then why are you so upset?
Not. Everything's fine.
Oh, come on. We know that's not true.
I have had a bad day, and my mom is a fucking drug addict, so being around fucking weed is fine, whatever. People do weed all the time. But being around coke is a little fucking triggering, okay? I'm fine.
What's up with your mom?
Nothing. She's doing really well right now.
Okay, I have that mood, like, I feel like I know that's a lie. I've got your perception is better than others. But can I gaze into the abyss to see what's actually wrong if Tessa won't tell me?
Absolutely.
Okay, I want to gaze into the abyss. I forget I get a +1 for every gaze into the abyss, and I've yet to use it. So. Okay. It'll be an 11.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
As you stare and she's talking, you hear her talking, everything's fine, and she explains a little bit about her mom. You look down the hallway, just glancing towards where B is, walking towards the bedroom. And right as she passes some other room, probably a bathroom or something down that hallway, you see your friend, the gigantic Black Widow, walk out, except not on the floor, walks out onto the ceiling from the doorway, upside down, crawls down the ceiling into the room, making this crazy like noise. And it crawls around behind Tessa. Meanwhile, everything is slowed more or less to a stop. Again, with the black and white, everything's got monochrome. And it sort of gazes at Tessa. Now you get lucid visions. The spider looks over and goes, "This one is alone. This one has no place to go. She has no web. She has no nest. She has no family. She is ripe. She is easy to pick. She is afraid." She looks at you. "What will you do?"
I'm gonna ask Tessa to join the web.
"Be careful." And she immediately just, and I mean, bizarre, scarily fast for something this big. I mean, this is a 7-foot tall spider. Goes and goes into the bathroom, and right as you see this thing go back where it came from, everything is back to colors. And that was easy. That was easier than it's ever been for you. The previous times you've gazed into the abyss, you've had like taken a second to regain your bearings. This time, this is getting easier for you.
Tessa, where are you living?
At my apartment?
But alone, right?
B, I don't want to do this right now. We're here for B. We need to focus on her. My shit is not important.
I think B is doing just fine right now. So let's talk about you. Do you need a place to go?
Not right now. I'm fine, B.
Then when? When do you need a place? I know not right now. That's fine. Okay, whatever. But when?
The lease is out at the end of the month. But it'll be fine. I'm gonna talk to my boss about maybe staying in the back room at the shop for a little bit until I figure things out. It will be fine.
Do you want to stay with me?
You don't mean that. It's fine. It's okay.
Babe, I'm on coke. I'm not gonna say anything that I don't mean right now. If you want to stay with me, great. If you don't, that's fine. But I just feel like you'd be really useful.
I think when you say you would be really useful, that hits a chord with Tessa. There is and I think it's very multifaceted for her. There is a moment, like part of that is like feels really good, and part of that feels really shitty. Look, I don't want you to offer things that you are not really willing to offer, so we can talk about this when you're sober and maybe when it's a little closer to time, but I just don't think I could handle it if you backed out. So I just
Why would I back out? I literally said you'd be useful. I'm giving you a job. If you want a job, you pay for your own space with the job.
I appreciate it. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you guys are having this conversation, Noah is sitting there every once in a while taking a chug of fucking bourbon. Just every once in a while you hear the slursh as a and
She
how is
hasn't
she
drank
affected by this?
so much, but maybe she's maybe buzzed. Maybe.
Fair enough. So she's just sitting there looking at everybody like, fuck, and drinking while she's doing it. And that's even including the fact that she's lost a fuck ton of blood at the same time. But hey, you make new blood. You're a monster. Who knows? You're fine. All right. So we cut to Ambrose, turning the bed down, like pulling the big blanket off the bed and throwing it at the bottom of the foot of the bed, the comforter part. And he turns around about the same time B, you make it in there, and he goes, "Fuck, I'm glad you called tonight."
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wasting any time. He starts taking his shirt off and kicking his shoes off, and he's getting ready. He's getting in bed.
She will. I think she'll take her shirt off, but she gets on top of him.
Okay.
Yeah, she is. She is gonna get on top of him and grab his wrists and hold them to the bed. And I think that she's maybe just kissing him, but it's aggressive.
Okay.
And then after, I don't know, after a little bit, she's like, why'd you do it?
He's sitting there and he's sort of looking around and he's been having a great time and he's like, "What'd I do? What? What do you mean?"
Why'd you shoot him?
He locks up. His
I think
eyes go a little wide.
like she comes up to say something, but then we'll like go back and like kiss on his neck or his chest or something.
Okay. Okay.
Like wow.
He do it. Turn someone on. Do it. Turn someone on. That's with hot. We're gonna see how he reacts to this.
It's an 8. A
Okay.
solid 8.
He's gonna give you a string. You get a string on Ambrose, and he starts. He doesn't. He at first ignores your questions completely. He pretends he doesn't hear you. But as you get more insistent, he said, "I knew it was a matter of time. Look," and he sort of tries to sort of stop you. You know, he's decided. You know, he can't. These two things, this conversation and the things that are going on, don't mix.
No, Josh, no.
What?
Oh, he's back. Okay, you
Oh,
died.
God damn it! My fucking internet connection. Okay, so he, these two things don't mix. So he stops like going along with everything, and he sort of pushes you back a little bit. He says, "Look, stop it. Back the fuck off. Look, I figured it was a matter of time before somebody looked at his text. I knew somebody was going to suggest that I had did this. I did not do this. Okay? He threatened to shut down the party. But it's not worth killing somebody over. Okay? He said it was going to be, I don't know, too many fucking people or something. Like it was against the code. Who the fuck gives a shit about the code? Okay? Who cares about the fire code? It's a fucking party. I even tried to give him an invitation. And he wouldn't come. I didn't do it. But I may have accidentally sent somebody who may have gone too far. But I don't know that's true. And I don't know. It never crossed my mind this guy would have a gun. Okay?
How do you accidentally get somebody to shoot my dad?
Go ahead. You're going to have to go ahead and spin that string to get him to talk.
Okay.
Because he doesn't want to. All right. There, easy enough. Kevin owes me a favor. I don't know what the hell he's doing with a gun. I don't know what the hell he's doing threatening people. But I didn't do this. And I don't want this to come back on me. And if you tell anybody I told you this, I'm going to call you a liar to your face. But I didn't do it.
All right.
If you make sure that it doesn't come back on me, I'll make it worth your while, okay?
I won't tell a soul. And I think she starts kissing him again.
Get the fuck off me. Jesus, fuck it. He sort of shoves you pretty hard. He's like, get God. And he turns over and he pulls a syringe bottle and a syringe out of his nightstand. And he goes, just get the fuck out. And he starts he has a little alcohol, a little one of those rip open alcohol pads, and he starts like rubbing on his inside of his elbow. He goes, "You and your friends can fucking leave now. Go, get the fuck out."
Oh, Via's not going anywhere. She sits back down on the bed.
Fine, fuck it. And he grabs a big one of those big rubber, band things, wraps it around his arm, and you see him pull something out of it. And it's a medical looking thing. It's not like, just some baggie or whatever, he's not cooking up a spoon. Let's just say that. This is something out of a medical, it was prescribed, a prescription thing. Whatever it is, he takes a syringe, he injects himself with it, takes a deep breath, and visibly calms. Starts to smile. And he looks back and you're still there. And he gives you a smile. He goes, "I'm kind of glad you didn't leave." And his eyes are lidded.
You better? You better now?
Yeah, sure, yeah. I'm great. How about you? You want some?
What is it? Should I as a human being know what this is?
No. I mean, there's some options that are pretty obvious. I'm also not incredibly versed in what illegal drugs people inject.
Is that heroin?
Sure, why not? I mean, you can't prescribe heroin, so it's whatever the medical version of heroin might be. Fentanyl? No, surely it's not fentanyl. It's he would die immediately. Yeah, let's just say.
I mean, you could do like morphine.
Everyone Google morphine. There you go. Why
I
not?
mean, it's like
He's
meth,
a fucking morph addict. Like this is World War I. So yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
I love it. It's morphine, but yeah, he's whatever it is. He hands it up. He holds the bottle and the same needle he used out to you. And you look at it and it says morphine on the thing. You recognize that word.
Nah, I think I'm all right, baby.
All right. You lost more from me. And he puts it away, throws it back in the drawer. And he comes over and starts making out with you again.
Yeah. We're fucking.
Okay. All right. We're fucking. So roll. What's your sex move? We'll say that triggers your sex move.
My sex move is boring as fuck.
Oh, well, we still gotta hear it.
When you share intimacy with someone, mark experience if they love you. They mark experience if you love them.
Does either of those apply in this situation?
I don't think there's any love in this situation. I think that we're just fucking.
In lieu of that, I will say you both get strings on each other. Just so we have something that happens.
Cool.
So you now have another. Well, you've spent one, so you're back up to one string on Ambrose, and Ambrose now has a string on you, which I will make a note of here on my stuff. And meanwhile, in the main room, everybody's like chilling.
Do we hear it?
You absolutely. The dude is loud. Yeah. The dude is embarrassingly loud.
Ew.
No, he's crazy. He's going crazy.
Motherfucker did morphine and then had sex. What the fuck?
Did we drive? Here's the logistics conversation. Did we drive separately or did we drive together?
There are two cars. Two of you came in each car.
I think Tessa needs to keep her cool again. Okay, that's a 10.
Oh, easy, great.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
The 10. So yeah, she just sits there and is silent and just stares at the floor.
Technically, on a 10 up, you get to ask me something about the situation, and I get to give you insight if you have any questions.
Okay.
On the sex we're having right now?
Yeah, some insight on the sex. So the question that Tessa is contemplating in her brain is this just B trying to get an answer, or is B actually attracted to Ambrose?
And your answer is B.
Oh, she just wanted answers, which is why she came. But now she's like, I guess we could fuck, sure.
Okay.
Why not? So
So,
that's your answer.
Tessa just stares at the floor and is silent.
The other two, what are you guys doing?
I kind of feel bad for her. It doesn't sound that great for her.
It's not. It's really not.
That's in character. That's what she says.
V's just going through Ambrose's phone right now.
Okay. You, about the same time he confesses to B, you do see a conversation with Kevin, where he is saying, "Hey, see if you can convince this guy to lay up on the code. I know you study that shit in your free time, so yeah, see what you can do to help him out, to make him back off. And if you do that, you'll be invited to every party for the next 2 years. If you can't, sorry about your luck. Fuck off."
I'm gonna look at the rest of the group and say, I think Kevin fucking did it.
Kevin?
That doesn't make any sense. Why would
No.
Kevin do it?
Kevin, I guess, really wants to go to these fucking parties, but I mean,
Kevin's
Ambrose,
a literal child.
well, so are the majority of the people at our school, but if you're desperate, people are down to do anything, I guess.
Desperate to go to a party?
Look, we don't know anything for sure. Let's not jump to conclusions, okay?
I don't know. It kind of straight up says it. So
Did Kevin say, I shot Hamish?
no, but I can call him. And I'm going to call from Ambrose's phone.
Put it on speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He picks up right away. Hey.
I think I'm going to try and make my voice sound like Ambrose.
Okay, sure. Ambrose has a relatively high-pitched voice. I mean, maybe not. I'll give you a chance. Roll. We're gonna roll for this because I want to see what happens if we fail miserably. Roll a shut someone down roll. That's what it'll be.
Okay.
That's with cold.
Oh, I mean, it's a 6.
Okay, well, you get to mark experience. What do you say in order to, as you're trying to imitate Ambrose?
Hey, man.
He goes, "Who is this?"
I'm just fucking with you. It's V.
Why do you have Ambrose's phone?
We're over here just partying and hanging out, you know.
Okay. What do you want? He sounds really distracted.
Hey, just be real with me. Did you do it?
Beep. He hangs up.
I'm gonna look at the rest of the group and say that's a yes.
Oh my gosh. Where did Kevin get a gun?
I don't fucking know. It's Kevin. I don't know shit about that kid other than, I don't know, Magic the Gathering stuff.
Wild.
So about that time, B comes back out of the bedroom. It didn't take long.
I think Noah just grimaces like.
I think V says, "Did you finish?"
B shakes her head and walks to the door.
Tessa is on your heels.
All right. Does everybody leave? Or what? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think that she waits until they get outside.
Addendum. Tessa puts her cigarette out in the bowl of Coke and then follows E out.
Yeah, so she gets outside. He didn't do it. He got Kevin to do it. I don't know where Kevin got a gun from, but that's what he told me.
Oh, we literally just called him. I took Ambrose's phone, and he didn't fully admit, but he hung up when I asked him about it.
All right.
What do you want to do, babe?
I'm gonna take out my phone. And I think I'm gonna. No, fuck it. I'm gonna call Kevin now. I was just gonna text him, but I'll call him. It's more dramatic.
It rings and rings and rings. It never seems to go to voicemail, and eventually he picks up. Hello? Really quiet. Yeah, hello?
Hey. What are you doing tonight?
I'm going to bed. I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really tired. He's like, okay.
Oh, all right.
Are you okay? What's the matter? You sound funny.
No, my dad is just in the hospital and the girls are all busy and I just wanted somebody to talk to, I guess, but you're tired. So I'll see you tomorrow.
There's a pause. I mean, whether you hang up or not, it's up to you, but there's a pause. And you hear him sort of rustle around and, whatever he's doing. He goes, no, it's okay. I'll meet you somewhere. You want to meet at the park?
Perfect. I just didn't want to be alone tonight.
I get it. I'm really sorry for what happened to your dad. Yeah, I'll see you there in just a little bit, okay? About 30 minutes.
All right. I'll see you there. And she'll hang
All right.
up. Sounds like we're going to the park now. As she goes and sits in the passenger seat of Tessa's car.
And as everybody sort of looks at each other, we will cut to commercial. Oh, go ahead. We're going to cut to commercial very quick before my bladder explodes.
On the way to the car, Tessa just looks at you and says, babe, I love you, but I do not want to listen to you have sex again. And gets in the car. And then we can cut to commercial.
And then we cut to commercial.
Okay, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few minutes. Let's give it, say 10. And yeah, can't wait to see what happens from here. This is crazy. All right. Love you guys. See you. Okay, hey folks, welcome back. As always, our 10 minutes was over 5 minutes ago, but here we are. So, when we last left our heroes, they were all getting ready to head to the park to confront a possible attempted murderer who also really enjoys Avatar: The Last Airbender and Magic the Gathering. So, yeah, Presley, B. Do you guys go straight there? You wait for him? Would you, dramatically, would it be better if he was there waiting for you or you were there waiting for him? We'll say that's what happens.
I mean, I probably think that B would wait in the car until she sees him.
Okay. Now are all four of you going? Absolutely. All right. Excellent.
I think I told them to stay in the car or like stay away because I told him that they were busy.
Okay.
Whether they choose to follow that, I don't know. But that's what B said.
Gotcha. It takes just a few minutes after you arrive and turn the lights off, turn the car off. You see a little light sort of riding up from the other side of the park through the park. And as it gets closer, you realize this is probably Kevin riding his bike with a little headlight on it. And yeah, I mean, if you don't want him to see anybody else, you have to sort of get out and go intercept him. So is that what happens? Or
yeah.
Okay. He pulls up short when he sees you, and you guys are right there next to a picnic table. It's pretty dark. It's in the dark. There are lights around the park, but in this particular area, it's relatively dark and shadow. But he's there, and once your eyes adjust, no problem. It's him. He goes, "Hey, how you doing? You okay?"
Not really. Thank you for meeting me out here.
Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry to hear about your dad. I know it's gotta be hard.
Yeah, I just wish that I knew who it was so I could find out why.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. Oh Jesus, I'm so sorry. Oh God. He just collapses. He folds like a piece of paper. He goes, I don't even know. I didn't even know it was loaded. I never expected to shoot it. I never expected to even show it to anybody. But he grabbed me and started shaking me around, and I didn't know what to do. And I was scared. And then when he saw the gun, he grabbed it. I don't know what happened. I thought I got shot, but I'm so sorry. Please, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Why were you there?
I was, and he's starting to hyperventilate a little bit. He pulls the asthma thing out, and he takes a little asthma thing, and he he looks at you and goes, "Sorry, I was there to talk to him about the party. He was being pretty I was just talking to him about the party. He was going to shut it down."
Why did you have a gun if you were just there to talk to him about the party? Where did you even get a gun from?
I got it from Ambrose, and I was not supposed to use it. It was just supposed to scare him, and I didn't think it would give me a loaded gun. I don't know. I'm really scared. Uh-oh. Oh, did we lose Presley?
Mm,
Oh,
uh,
we lost you for a second. There you go.
no. Oh, I'm back. I think that she turns to the cars where the cars are and like motions for them to come with her, like come to over to her.
Nessa gets out of the car immediately and starts walking over.
Same.
When he realizes what's going on, his eyes get big. Well, what's going on? What's going on? I thought you were alone.
Well, I was, but then you admitted to shooting my dad. So.
He
And I.
is about. Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
no.
Oh, he's about to bolt. He's about to bolt.
Oh, she's gonna hit him.
Okay. I need you to lash out physically, please.
Ah. It's an 8.
Okay. You harm them, but you get to choose one. They learn something about your true nature and gain a string on you. I get to decide how bad the harm turns out, or you become your darkest self.
I'll let you decide how bad the harm turns out.
Okay. So you just deck him? I mean, you just throw a punch?
Yeah, no, I just fucking punch him.
You punch him, and for whatever reason, he had been reaching into his pocket, and when you punch him, he had been pulling out his phone. Who knows why? He goes falling. He loses his footing, falls, and immediately he just lands right on his phone, like on a tree root. His phone, you just hear it go punch, and it's shot. His phone is dead, and he like, oh god, he's not. He's basically he's hurt worse by the fall than he was by your punch. But it's enough to get him on the ground and realize he's surrounded. He's like, look, I'm sorry. I heard he's gonna be okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please.
Why'd you do it? And she like steps in, like she steps like on his chest a little bit, not enough that he can't talk.
Right.
Like.
He's undone. He does not have this particular kid does not have the backbone to stand up to this. He's like, it was an accident. I swear it was an accident. I just didn't want to get anybody else in trouble. I didn't know what to do, and I ran.
Where's the gun?
He said something like, what?
Where's the gun? Where's the gun, Kevin?
It's like, it's in the dumpster behind that one bar. There's I don't know. I don't know. It's like a place where old people go to just get drunk. I don't even know what the name of the place is. When he describes it, as he starts describing like the sort of sailboat beachfront sort of Jimmy Buffett decor, V recognizes this as the layaway.
Oh, it's not Margarita. It's not just full stop a Margaritaville.
Yeah, it's not a Margaritaville. This is the same bar V had her encounter with with the extension cord. But he threw it in a dumpster back there. So I didn't know what else to do.
And you said Ambrose put you up to it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he expected me to. I don't think he expected anybody to get shot. I just. But please, don't tell Ambrose. Please don't tell him that I did this. He apparently doesn't think anybody knows he did this.
I'm not gonna tell Ambrose anything. I do need you to tell me if there was anybody else involved in this.
No, I mean, not that I know of. And he's starting to, as you say, you're not going to tell Ambrose, and he starts to sort of get his wits about him. He's getting a little more coherent, and he said, "No, I don't think so." But for some reason, your dad said that he thought maybe I had put you up to something. I don't know why he would think that, but I don't think he meant me, if that makes any sense. Sounded like he thought Ambrose had put you up to something, but he didn't say what. He knew I was there to talk to him from Ambrose.
All right. She'll extend a hand and help him up.
He is extremely wary, but he takes your hand. You are in charge of this guy right now.
What'd she say? Stay away from the firehouse for a while. Don't come near. I'm not gonna tell anybody, but I would not recommend making your presence known.
Yes, ma'am, he says. Yes, ma'am. Even though you're his age, he's like, yes, ma'am. Nope. Yeah, absolutely. No way. Can I go?
She'll turn to V. I don't think she says anything, but it's just kind of like, should we let him go?
She's gonna nod yes.
And I think Bea will just like gesture with her head for him to leave.
Seeing that, I'm gonna push his bike over, and Tessa puts her foot on one of the wheels and grabs the rim and just bends it.
He just watches. He was walking to his bike, and he's like, "Oh." I mean, just reflexively. It's like he doesn't even. It's like, "Oh." And he was about to argue with you, and then realized what his situation was, and he grabs his bike, and he walks the bike back in the direction that he had originally come from through the park. And you see this pathetic little flashlight that he's using as a headlight on his bike, sort of just stepping back and forth. But yeah, eventually you see him turn a corner and he's gone.
Once he walks away, V's gonna look at the group and say, I need to go to that bar.
All right.
You don't have to come with. I gotta take care of something.
I'm feeling good tonight. I'll go with you.
Yeah, sure. I'm not doing anything.
Okay. And we go to the bar.
Off to the bar you go. As you're driving, Tessa, you end up getting a text from, of all people, Maggie, saying, "Hey, if you're going to be at school tomorrow, can we talk?" And I mean, you're driving, so it's up to you whether you answer right away or not. But that's what it says.
Yeah, I will answer. I think Tessa was not intending to go to school tomorrow, but with that, she says, yeah, of course.
Okay. That's literally it. And quickly enough, you guys pull up to this to the layaway, this bar.
I'm gonna go because that's where I dumped the dude. So yep. I'm gonna go look for the gun. to put with the guy.
Okay. You go back there, and it takes some doing. Well, it doesn't take that much doing. It's not like he buried it. He literally just tossed it into one of these dumpsters. It's not pleasant, but yeah, 10 minutes. There it is, right there. And you pick it up, and it is it looks like a 32 or something. It's just a small caliber revolver, snub nosed, and you can see there are no more bullets in it. There was apparently just one bullet in it.
There was just one bullet.
Sure, unless there needs to be more than one bullet.
There needs to be at least one more bullet in it.
Okay, there were 2 bullets in it, and now there is one more bullet.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the rest of the group and say, don't judge me. And I'm gonna go to the other dumpster where the dead guy is, shoot him in the head once. If they see what I'm doing, I don't assume that they can't see in the dumpster. I'm gonna shoot him once and then drop the gun on top of him and then close the dumpster and walk back to the group.
Okay, you guys saw her walk over to a dumpster, fire a bullet into the dumpster. I mean, it's a big flash, and it was loud. I mean, inside a dumpster, a report from a gun will echo a little bit. And yeah, and you see her walk back quietly.
Are you not concerned about like fingerprints?
For me, no.
What did you just do?
I took care of Kevin.
I look around. Are there people around? Because it's not that late.
It's not super late. The layaway. I mean, it's let's say 9 o'clock or so. 9:30. And this is a back alley behind a bar. Nobody seems to be poking their head out or anything. But I mean, who's to say how long it'll be before somebody might?
Yo, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Let's go. And I start walking back to the car.
I think Noah goes to the dumpster and like peeks in.
Does V try to intercept or no?
I think V walks with Noah. I think V looks at the other two because I know Tessa wants to get the fuck out of there. And like a go ahead, go.
Do the other two take off?
Tessa will go to move to the car, but is gonna wait for B to move as well. And if B doesn't go, then Tessa won't.
Yeah, B will go back to the car. She can kind of maybe put some sort of 2 and 2 together here. And is just preoccupied with her own situation to really give that much of a fuck about what anybody else is doing.
Okay. So as they walk off, the other pair of you walk up to this dumpster, and the first thing you notice, Noah, is the smell. You can smell the gunpowder. And yeah, as you lean in, and there's a lot of trash, like paper and stuff in here, so a lot of it's sort of flown around. But you see a pair of legs sticking out from under some of the garbage.
Okay. Can I see, like, his head or, like, blood or anything?
There is blood. I mean, as you look, I mean, it takes a minute, but yeah, you see some blood. Not much. I mean, it's not like the dude was alive in the first place. Mm-hmm. But the gun was laying right on top of him. And yeah, you can see whatever you need to see.
I think Noah's going to stare at it for a minute. And then I think she's going to stick her hand in, put her finger in the blood, and lick it. Eat it.
Okay. Okay. To what end? I mean, there is no, I mean, unless V just stops you for some reason. Yeah. I mean, the guy's been dead for a day or two. So I mean, it's not enough that it starts really smelling bad yet, but yes, there's the blood is it's not fresh. Let's just put it that way.
I,
And when
I
you taste it,
go ahead.
what sort of reaction do you have?
I think that it was almost like she didn't even think about doing it. Like she just kind of did it, almost like instinctive. And I think that she I don't think she knows any better at this point. I think she thinks it tastes good. I don't think she knows what fresh blood tastes like, or fresh meat. So I think that she likes it.
Okay. You feel a certain energy, and where Noah has ever since her death and revivification, she has been very subdued. Her emotions are deadened. But when she tastes this, it's everything gets a little brighter, and there is a purpose where before there wasn't. It's like, oh, there's a reason to go on. It's not like you say, oh, good, I can eat a bunch of blood now. It's just like you have that feeling, like I'm looking forward to tomorrow, sort of situation. And you look at V, and you see she has a smile on her face. I mean, you're no necessarily not a okay. Actually, you tell me, what is V's reaction to witnessing this?
Truthfully, I think V tries to kiss Noah.
Okay, so how does Noah? Do we need to roll, or does Noah have a reaction?
um, Now that you said that, like Noah thinks everything's a little bit brighter and a little bit happier, I think Noah just goes along with it.
Okay. All right. So, uh, let me think for a second. Okay, so they're standing in front of a dumpster with a dead man in it, with a little bit of blood at the corner of Noah's mouth. Wordlessly, the two of you look at each other. And even though V's the first one to make a move, Noah is right there. And the camera sort of goes down the alley, like backs up down the alley, as we watch this pair of friends just start pawing all over each other.
Just girls being pals.
And yeah, you guys tell me, will this eventually trigger a sex move, or will this be just making out until you realize what the fuck are we doing? Either way.
I don't think sex.
No, I think that I think that Noah has enough like wherewithal to like be like, oh, we should probably leave. There was just a gunshot.
So as the camera's pulling back slowly, then you see the pair of them look at each other, and I mean, there is just an electricity. There is just the whole alley is just full of this electricity. There's no better way to put it. But you guys look at each other, big smiles, wide eyes, and realize, oh shit, let's get out of here. So hand in hand, you all run towards the camera as it backs out of the alley, and you run out to the car, and you jump in, and you drive off. And about that same time, there is a lady, an older lady, who sort of looks out the back door as you guys are just running off, and she glances out, and it's the same lady that V had met in the bar a couple days ago. She just sees you from the back, sees you running off, and goes, "What the kids?" And she shakes her head and goes back inside. And yeah, unless you guys have more to do that night, what else happens tonight? Anything?
I think when we get in the car, I will look over at B. What do you want to do, babe?
I don't know, to be honest. What time is it?
I mean, it's maybe 9:45, maybe 10 o'clock. It's not quite even 10 o'clock yet at this point.
The night is young, but I don't really have anything to do. The party. We're probably not welcome back to.
It's all right.
She says party in like air quotes.
Do you want to go watch a movie?
Yeah.
My place or yours? I've got my place tonight. My family's not home.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go there. My house is, I guess, an active crime scene right now.
Right. And I will drive us to my apartment. Yeah.
You get there without incident.
And then I think we just like go up to the apartment and I put on a movie and maybe like pop some popcorn. And then just sit on the couch and Tessa probably like plays with Bee's hair or whatever. Just
Yeah, Bee's like little next to Tessa, so I think she like curls up.
yeah. And Tessa will take that moment, and she just sort of like strokes your hair as you watch the movie.
I feel like Bee texts Ambrose.
Okay.
Do we have school tomorrow?
Yeah.
She's just gonna text him and be like, come to school tomorrow. I have a couple more questions. And we'll put like a winky face after it.
You see it gets red, but it stays on red.
That's fine.
Okay. Anybody else have something to do tonight, or are we moving on?
I need to call Aurelia.
Okay. You calling her from the car while you guys are driving, or are you waiting till?
No.
Okay, so you drop Noah off, and then, okay, yeah, you call her. All right, she picks up. Hello?
How can someone join the web?
Well, usually I vet them. Usually I find them, young women in dire circumstances, who have suffered mightily at a man's hand, who are capable of doing what needs to be done. It's more of an art than a science, V.
I think my friend Tessa would be perfect.
Really? Well, that's very interesting. I must say, I'm very pleased that you've taken an interest in recruiting new members. I would love to meet her. When can we meet?
I'll check. I just think they would be perfect.
I will take your suggestion. Means a lot, V. I will absolutely take it under consideration, and if she cares to meet us, she's welcome here anytime. And yes, I think as long as she fits in with the rest, I see no reason we couldn't use another member. There is an underlying, her enthusiasm about this is unexpected. V is very perceptive about these sorts of things. Aurelia is already planning around Raquel. She has made no assumptions and made no statements, but she is eager to have someone else in the web. Just I trust you to bring her by whenever you can, and if they want to stay here, we have the room. If they do join the web, obviously they will be expected to stay here. But we can discuss all that, obviously, when the time comes.
Thank you.
Thank you, V. You are one of the few people who seem to be taking our job seriously lately.
Good night.
Goodbye.
I'm going to immediately text Tessa and say, I want you to come live with me. Would you be willing to come for a visit?
Tessa will respond, yes, thank you.
I think V just sends a heart.
Tessa sends a black heart back.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. The scene quickly changes to the next day at school. The word about a fireman getting shot is starting to really spread. At this point, pretty much everyone has heard at least that a fireman has been shot. A firefighter, is in a hospital. And most people know B's situation, and B, you're dealing with people both either ignoring you and pretending they don't know that one of your dads is in the hospital, or giving you their condolences or whatever. And unless somebody has something they want to happen before lunch, we can go ahead and skip through to lunch. Unless there's somebody wanted to talk to Ambrose. B, did you want to talk to Ambrose? Yeah, real quick, let's do that. So, let's say it's between classes, or like it's right before lunch. Or unless you want to do it during homeroom, we can do it during homeroom. Depends on how private you need this to be.
Probably pretty private.
Okay. So, but before lunch, while all the people are going to their lockers and stuff, there's sort of the privacy of crowds. Nobody's around, nobody's paying any attention, but the halls are full and there's a lot of noise. And he sort of leans up against one of the lockers next to yours. He goes, "Hey, what's up?" And he's got this stupid grin on his face.
Where'd you get the gun from, Ambrose?
I got guns. My dad's got guns. You mean where I bought it from? I don't know. Jesus.
Why'd you try to tell me that you didn't give him one?
I was pretty fucked up last night. Sorry. He's just looking dead at you with the same stupid grin on his face. I gotta give your friend credit for opening my phone. That's a pretty cool little trick.
Yeah, no. I just don't get it.
I didn't mean for nobody to get shot, but I mean, what am I supposed to do? Cry about it? I mean, you're not even crying about it. Look at you.
And it's just because he didn't want your party to happen.
I didn't count on the guy being. I didn't count on the guy putting rules ahead of making money. I offered him $10,000 to back off.
No, you got the wrong one of them to take bribes.
Yeah, I figured that. Figured it out. Look, for what it's worth, nobody ever intended, me or Kevin, intended for your dad to get shot, to get hurt. But hey, still gonna see you at the party, right? I mean, your other dad's gonna be there. He's already reserved a spot.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, can't wait to see you. Hey, look, for what it's worth, I owe you one. All right? You're being cool about this. You need something that I can help you with. You tell me, I help you out.
All right. And I think she slams her locker and walks away, like aggressively.
He backs up a little bit, but that stupid fucking grin never leaves his face. And he turns off, goes to his way. Camera sort of weaves through the crowd into the cafeteria, and it falls on Tessa at the table. And somebody sets their lunch down in front of Tessa on the other side of the table. And Tessa looks up, and it's Maggie, the wallflower. And she's looking real nervous. She's looking back and forth, and she goes, "Hey, I think you're somebody people can talk to without worrying you're going to tell on people, right?"
Yeah, of course. What's up?
Look, and she keeps just staring, and eventually you catch her, and she sees what she's been looking for, and Noah walks in and goes and sits at some random table, as Noah does, just sitting with whoever. And she sort of catches her breath, but then she shakes herself out of it and looks back at Tessa and goes, "Look, I think I might be in love with Noah."
It was pretty great.
Yeah, she is. And so, look, I just have to tell somebody. I've been drawing lots of pictures of her, and it's fun. She's really beautiful when she doesn't know she's being watched, and um, so I draw her in class or uh, wherever. And look, I just got to come out and say it. Sometimes I can see her through a window, and I've been drawing her, and she sort of shows you a picture of Noah with headphones on, sitting in front of her window like on a laptop or something. And it's a great drawing. This chick knows what she's doing. She goes, and I know I shouldn't do that. I know that's weird. That's probably stalking. But I was drawing her a couple of nights ago, and she had a fight with her dad, and it's pretty scary. And she can't bring herself. She starts blushing really really heavily, and she looks down and goes silent.
What's wrong?
She she pulls her notebook back where she'd shown you a picture, and wordlessly she flips the page and slides it back to you. And there is a drawing of Noah going with a glass across her own throat, right there with her dad staring on.
Oh. Wow, that's not quite like the other pictures. Why did you draw her like this?
Because I saw her do it. I saw her, and I can't get it out of my head. And now she's sitting right over there.
Yeah, she's fine. I was just with her last night. You must have just missed. Maybe you didn't see things accurately. You must have missed something. She probably was just like, I don't know, making a threat, which it's not. That's not okay for her to like.
Bang! Slams her hands on the table. And she looks up and she goes, I didn't make it up.
Okay.
And she pulls her backpack out, like from behind her, reaches in, and pulls out a bloody ass t-shirt. And slams it on the table, right there in front of everybody. She goes, I didn't fucking make it up.
Okay.
And as you say, okay, fine. Boom, the credits roll. And it goes, dun 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 dun. And we see the credit. There you go. There's credits. And there we go. It's getting time, and we didn't have a ton of time left, so I thought we'd go ahead and cut there. But
Yeah.
what a night, folks! Good night. You guys.
Ooh.
All right. Well, at least y'all got together. That's what happens when you get the whole crew together. It goes fucking down.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Okay, guys. Well, thank you. This was fun. I hope everybody had a good time. I'm exhausted. This is amazing. Okay, love you guys. We will see everybody a week from today, next Monday. Gosh, I love you guys.
Hopefully
Can't wait to see you again.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live in
Oh,
person.
that's right. Next week might be a very interesting in-person game of Monsterhearts. If we can, well, I mean,
If we
again,
can get
one way
it
or the
set
other,
up.
we'll figure out the tech. We'll get that figured out. But yeah, so we'll see how that translates. But it's always fun when we're all in the same room. That's always the best kind of game. So, all right, folks, let's call it here, and I hope everybody watches next week. Can't wait to see what happens.